Hey, fellas, back again for another episode. Episode 62.
62.
Rolling through them.
Flying by, aren't they?
Should be 63 with the Mugello round almost. That would have been nicer.
A bit of a homage. Well, how's that stat with 63rd win?
I know.
For Ducati was Bagnaia. 27th win for Ducati was Stoner.
Yeah.
I think
Bezzecchi.
72nd was Bezzecchi and 89th was Martin.
I know.
But Marquez let us all down.
What did you expect? Didn't expect anything less. As if you thought he was actually going to take it.
Well, I didn't. I picked Pecco, actually. So
I think we all did, yeah. James, actually, you picked the top 5, so well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
I thought
nice
you
one.
did as well, Daniel.
No, I had De Gea in there and I had Maverick in there.
Oh, God,
Maverick let me down.
Maverick, you can't do it to yourself.
No,
you like punishment.
I love punishment. Yeah.
I had Alex Marquez in. I thought he was going to have and he actually did have a better round, but he didn't squeeze into the top 5 for me, disappointingly.
He's like a really good shout for 9th and 10th, Alex Marquez, this season.
Just to round out the top 10.
Yeah, just to round out the top 10. Now, you've got some housework to tidy up first.
I'll get the broom out. Just give me a sec. Well, just as always, we're proudly supported by MJ Trading Cards. Started by a good friend of the podcast, Mitch. He's grown it into Australia's biggest and best sport card breakers. So NFL, NBA, soccer, soon to be motorsport cards as well. So if you're into that sort of thing, jump on his website, mjtradingcards.com.au. We have a code MSR15 for 15% off your first order. Just to give you guys a quick rundown, you buy packs, Mitch or his staff reads them out live on Facebook, YouTube. We'll send the links below, and you might have a real expensive rare card in there, and you could be a rich man overnight. So it's a bit of a luck, but you get the cards at the end of it. You get them sent to you, and you get to keep them forever. So
It's awesome.
pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Boys, ask me what my most impressive, biggest disappointment and biggest surprise is.
What is it, James?
Thank you for asking, fellas. My most impressive is actually nothing to do with MotoGP this week. It's Erzberg Rodeo. Daniel knows what I'm talking about. I get to talk about this time every year, and I start watching POV videos of the different kinds. Gerardus has got head in hands of the Erzberg Rodeo, probably one of the hardest motorcycle races in the world. If people don't know, I think it's in Austria. It's a big mining quarry, and it's a hard enduro race.
So is Erzberg? Is that the same thing as the rodeo? Are they the same things?
Yeah, same thing.
Okay, they're just
Erzberg Rodeo.
That's what the full name of it. Okay.
Yeah.
They're crazy, those guys.
Yeah, we've watched it. I think us three have all seen a bit of it. But I watched that actually a lot of it after the MotoGP round. And if anyone's interested, look it up, Erzberg on YouTube. If you want to see the gnarliest, hardest stuff you can find for a dirt bike, these are the guys.
It'd be the hardest event in the world in regards to dirt bike riding.
Just about. All of them are disgustingly bad. So only there's I think it's a 3-hour or a 4-hour time limit. I can't remember. I think it's a 4-hour time limit. 9 people got in out of 500. 9 people made that time, and
That's
they're
insane.
pros. Those 9 are professionals. So shout out to Manny. I'm not going to say his name right. Manuel Manny Littenbichler, I think his name was, or something along those sides. On you guess, a KTM 300 EXE.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff, it was just the quarries all climbing. It was just I don't know. There's the hills of no run up. It is disgusting. And then Poltaris. I don't know if you guys know who Poltaris is. No. He did it on a Tenere.
Oh, no,
T7.
no way.
Yeah, second year he's done it. So there's 23 checkpoints. He made it to 21.
Jeez, that's a fair effort on a
T7
Tenere.
Tenere through Erzberg. I know.
That's great going on a bike like that.
Yeah, so you can watch most of these guys, you can watch their whole race through their point of view. And it's the best to watch. And if you're actually going to watch it, I highly recommend watching a skilled rider, but then you got to watch. I'll never call these guys shit kickers because they're not. But you watch a guy that's
best of the rest.
Yeah, just a mid pack guy because it bottlenecks. It then changes the race because then the whole all the trails are all just cut up. They're destroyed, and then people try and get around these bottlenecks and got to jump these little cliff faces almost and hop up on them. All got trials backgrounds, but it's the most interesting videos. And I remember watching one this guy had a heart attack.
Yeah, I remember
halfway
watching it with you.
Yeah. Got left in an ambulance. So it's
It was quite a sudden end to that pod video we're watching because the guy was like falling down the hill on the ground, and then it's just clipped to had a heart attack.
Yeah, in the back of an ambo. But it's the hardest thing you're ever gonna see. So it's very cool anyway. So check it out. There's Big Radio. My most surprising, what have I got here, is crowd's back.
Yeah.
Yeah, the crowd's back.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Especially on Sunday.
Especially on Sunday.
I thought it lacked a bit on Friday, but it's not expected to.
Yeah, it's not F1, that's for sure.
Correct,
so.
yeah. Yep.
I was good to see red flares for Pecco, which was good. He still had all the yellow stuff, but it was definitely a red domination.
It was really cool to see the flares and everything.
Yeah, like going through a lot of those one of the flip flops anyway.
Yeah,
it was just like cut. It was just like a red mist.
Especially on the first lap.
On the first lap, it just reminds me of the Rossi days when it used to be through the yellow. So that was cool to see, and it's good to see that obviously getting behind Pecco as well. You know?
Changing the guard a little bit.
A little bit, isn't it?
It
is interesting to see the. Actually, I'll get into it, but maybe the new 3 or 4 aliens coming into MotoGP.
Yeah, it seems to be. I mean, obviously Bastianini had a great weekend, but it still seems to be those 3, doesn't it? Bagnaia, Marquez, and Martin.
Yeah, it's their show, that's for sure.
It is. Yeah, it's a real have gone ahead of the pack.
Yeah, they have. They're just a step above. And the biggest disappointment for me was obviously, I'm sure it's everyone's, but the race. I know the race was boring, but we can dive into that a little bit later. Like Pecco's race was incredible. Like full credit to him. He was amazing. That first corner was one of the best things I've seen. Going around the outside of everyone.
And then cutting through the inside.
I know. It's amazing, isn't it? Then
That was ballsy as.
Accelerating through the second corner as well. Like it was really ballsy. I loved it. I didn't see again pod view of him on board. It would have been incredible. Just to know you had that space on the inside. Like
I actually thought he went backwards, to be honest, because I was looking for a red bike.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, he's bluffed the start. He's way back away. And then they're like, and Pecco's in first. I'm like, what? Oh, yeah, that's right. Blue Ducati.
Yeah,
I know, me too.
How good did the Ducatis look, by the way?
Oh, mixed reviews, actually.
How do you have a bad review about that bike?
Mr. Damiano Garipoli.
Is he going to say it looked bad?
Special thanks to him for the beautiful Mugello helmet that he's provided us this evening. He was not a fan of it.
Not a real Italian.
He's harsh. He's harsh. He could be the biggest bullfrog I know, I reckon. It's his first point was he knows why it was released with like in a dark room because obviously they weren't happy with it. But yeah, I mean, I didn't love it myself.
What? Nah, it looked awesome.
I thought it looked awesome.
I'm going to go through this later with you boys, but I'm just not a fan of a special livery.
You're a sociopath.
Don't get us started on that.
I remember it all started when I was a kid and we went to the MotoGP together.
When your dad was hitting you?
And do you want to talk about it?
Sorry,
It's on the next pod. And Stoner ran that special, and I didn't know enough about MotoGP. Then I'm like, where the fuck is he? I couldn't see him anywhere because he ran some stupid special thing. I finally realized what his bike looked like. I reckon they should run special liveries in practice, and then they go back to their old delivery in the race.
This is the worst take I've ever heard on anything.
We're gonna clip this, and we're gonna get our
hang up the headphones, dude.
Yeah, bro, that sucks.
That's terrible.
Any publicity is good publicity, as they say.
Thanks, sure.
Trademark.
All right, well, I'll go into my most...
Hang on. Have I gone through mine? Oh, yeah, I have to. Sorry, bro.
I'll jump into my most impressive. Joel Kelso signing for 2025.
Yeah.
And that was almost a little bit of a surprise. That's awesome so early in the season for him.
Good on him, stays in the paddock.
Well, I think when we spoke to him, like, it was a real unknown what 2025 held for him.
Yeah, that's right. Even this year, I think it was a bit of an unknown for him.
And he had to spend some... and this is unknown. A lot of people don't realise is how much money sometimes you got to spend to stay in the sport. He spent some big bucks to get that seat this year. So hopefully next year he's going to be earning a wage, it sounds like. So that's awesome for him. And good for us as well. Most surprising as a whole for me has Marquez not won a race yet.
Yeah, that is surprising.
Like, it is surprising where 7 rounds in, he hasn't won a race.
Yeah.
No, not really.
I just... Yeah, I was thinking that at the end of the race. I'm thinking there's a lot of excuses coming by the Marquez fans on the comments.
Oh,
2023 bike, la da 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 da. So that's interesting. And
to be fair, he's destroying everyone else on the 23 bike. But I actually was thinking about this today. I reckon he's going to dominate Assen and he's going to dominate Sachsenring.
He'll dominate Sachsenring. I don't know about Assen.
Yeah, I just got a feeling. I reckon that's going to be his one.
It's a real rider's track, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's like it's not obviously hard braking. It's not hard accelerating. It's a bit of a ballsy track, if anything, and he doesn't lack that. Obviously, all the other guys don't, but I don't know. I've got a feeling.
Bagnaia on the brakes. Like if he was a FIFA player, you're playing FIFA. His braking would be 99. You know what I'm saying? Like his braking is insane.
He is amazing.
He's a step above. It reminds me of Juan Mir at Moto3 when we used to watch him. Like just a step above the pack.
Yeah, he is.
Most disappointing was, and we'll get into this later, is Fermin Aldeguer's start to the year. A lot of promise. We spoke about this last week. A lot of promise going into this year, signing for Ducati so early, but
a lot of expectation,
a lot of expectations, and yeah, I mean, he had looked like an injury over the weekend, but just hasn't shown that X factor and fight that we probably assumed he would. So going into the second half of the season, we'll see how he can respond. That's how he responded last year, I suppose.
Yep,
Daniel,
it'll be interesting. Most impressive for me is Michael Dunlop equaling Uncle Joey's record of 26 wins.
Nice.
In the Isle of Man. Absolutely unbelievable. Those guys are crazy, I think, to say in the nicest way possible, the way that they ride around that circuit. So kudos to him. That's an unbelievable achievement and will most likely supersede that throughout the remainder. Biggest disappointment, Danny Holgado in Moto3. He was nowhere this weekend, or for the race anyway.
it's a one-horse race now, surely.
It's hard to claw back. Like he's just extended the lead. David Alonso is just unbelievable, and he's extended his lead by so much. But yeah, it was disappointing. I mean, Holgado won that race last year and performed really, really well. He's on a great bike and just can't be stringing it together. He seems to not be stringing it together at the moment. So a bit frustrating because it'd be good to see those two battle it out. Most surprising is Franco Morbidelli staying on the bike and bringing home 2 top sixes.
He's coming. He's in our Republica rankings as coming good, and he's coming good. Coming good? Question mark.
I mean, considering the guy didn't get to test the bike because of the big stack he had, so hats off to him. And
for sure.
There's a hot take that I'm assuming might get read out later about him as well. So
yeah, I think so.
That was a surprise to see him stay on because he was in some good positions in the last few races. Just binned it. So that's mine.
Do we have results?
Yeah, results. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get it up. Go sprint race first. If I can find it, it'd be nice.
Hey, come on, man! Technology, it's all good. The guys in the car, they'll be patiently listening right now.
That's right. Got it.
There we go.
Francesco Bagnaia first. Marc Marquez second. Pedro Acosta third. Franco Morbidelli fourth. Maverick Vinales fifth. Brad Binder sixth. Fabio Di Giannantonio seventh. Alex Marquez eighth. Aleix Espargaro ninth. And Raul Fernandez 10th. In the sprint, main race, Francesco Bagnaia doing the double. Nea Bastianini, Jorge Martin, Marc Marquez, Pedro Acosta, Franco Morbidelli, Fabio Di Giannantonio, Maverick Vinales, Alex Marquez, and Brad Binder rounding out the top 10.
Yeah, you just can't go past Pecco Bagnaia.
Yeah, amazing.
The master of Mugello.
Credit where credit's due. It's an amazing weekend from him.
Yeah,
and the 3-place grid penalty as well.
And he was first in the second corner.
That move was crazy.
Yeah. He could be one of the best riders I've seen on quotation marks, cold tyres. Like, just to send it on a fresh, cold set of tyres. Yeah. I don't really remember anyone being so calculated and aggressive to that nature.
Especially in that corner. A lot can go wrong there. Yeah. And it normally does go wrong there.
To cut back to the inside, you don't know what's coming either. Like, he does send it. He does go for it. So, yes, we call him BB, boring Bagnaia, but I just can't believe he got to the front first lap.
I messaged in the group chat or Tom or someone. I think we were 3 laps in. I said race is over.
Yeah.
And nothing happened since. until the
Not really, no.
last corner. But credit to him. There were no one was touching him, and he just had to do what he had to do, and he just calculated it and executed, and he's thanks for coming. It's his track, it suits his style, it suits the Ducati obviously, but you still got to do it. And then coming from the grid penalty was in the special livery, then going 1-2 with Vania.
Man.
He couldn't have planned it better for the Italians.
Creaming himself.
He was.
That was the best celebration.
Yeah, wasn't he funny?
That was so good. I love watching him go nuts.
Him celebrating and the marshal falling over was more exciting than the actual race.
Was there a fan on the track or something? I saw them they were pushing someone away. Did you guys see that?
No, I didn't see that.
It was they were trying to take a photo of all the
but who was it?
Get up. It must have been.
I did see that. Yeah,
like a fan.
Yeah, someone jumped the fence or something.
Got in. So it was good to see a bit of personality with the kiss thing, and it was a cool helmet. Gene Simmons sent him a video. So
yeah, that's cool. It's something.
It's
something. It's better than the 3-point dunk.
3-point dunk.
I wonder what his World Championship celebration will be this year, because I reckon I think he's just coming home strong.
Yeah, it was dominant. That was dominant. And I was watching that going, this cannot be good for everyone else.
Nah, 100%.
It just really seemed that way. And even he put in that slower lap. It was second last lap.
Yeah.
And the gap was 0.2.
Yeah.
And then he pulled it out to 7-8 tenths again.
Yeah.
And I was just like...
He barely made a mistake all weekend.
He was just on rails. He's just doing a cheeseburger.
Yeah, legit he was, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It was actually really amazing to watch. And especially putting in that was so consistent.
I'm in two thoughts, because I'm like, fuck, it was so boring and it was a shit race, and I was kind of annoyed afterwards. So that's why I had to put Erzberg on, because that would give me some kind of excitement. But as a racing purist, you gotta just sit there and appreciate it.
Enjoy that.
You do. You just have to appreciate it, because to do what he did is, and the pressure. He's only 0.8 ahead of these other riders. He can feel Martin right behind him.
100%.
And the pressure to not even make a mistake, really, that whole race is... It can't be understated how good that is. It really can't. And it's a boring race, and that's not a race you would show someone to get into get him into motorcycle racing. But when you know that someone's special, then you show them that.
Yeah,
because
100%.
That's what the best do. And all the best have done that.
It was very cheeseburger Lorenzo, as you touched on.
Oh yeah, it is.
Because that's just sitting out, getting out front, and just controlling the pace. Because he just controlled the pace the whole race.
He was just running a hot pace, that. He probably still had more in the bag. Really, I reckon he did.
He put in a record-breaking lap, and then the next lap smashed it again. And I was like, shit! What's he going to just keep punching out lap time after lap time?
If you're Jorge Martin, are you nervous at this point?
He looked a little bit dejected. I think.
I thought that as well. He was a bit shattered. I think he was annoyed at himself for that last corner.
Definitely the last corner, Bastianini.
But he didn't look really right all weekend. Maybe he's a bit, I don't know if he's crook or whatever, but he just didn't seem...
He didn't have he went on pole, but did he have pole? Yeah. Interesting, in that qualifying session, he actually did that lap, the first lap out. Did you guys see that? And then
first lap.
And then just no one could run that pace. And I swear to God, this happens every weekend. The hottest part of the weekend, race day. How many times...
Wasn't it supposed to rain?
Yeah, it was going to thunderstorm.
Matt Day or Steve Bird's the hottest part of the weekend. I'm like, why is it always when the race is meant to start? So annoying. And they all run the softs. And I think Vinales ran medium rears.
Yeah.
But where did he finish in the end, Vinales? Fraud watch?
Fraud watch. He finished in 8th.
But he was on the front row, yeah?
Yeah.
But he went backwards straight away.
People say, why is he on the fraud watch? This is why he's on... He should be doing more. He's fraud god. He's not fraud watch, he's fraud god.
It was just Ducati utter domination, though, all weekend. I know Acosta finished third in the sprint race, but he's, obviously he's an alien territory soon. So,
do you... I think Daniel's best mate, Danby, brought this up, but...
he's been a bit quiet lately, isn't he?
This can't be good.
Yeah, yes. No, it's a valid point. Without Pedro Acosta, what would we be saying about KTM right now?
All the rest of other than Ducatis, it's really just him and Vinales on one race. That's it.
Yeah, but KTM, if you were looking at them and they had not Acosta, you'd be thinking they're in a world of hurt. Binder can't make this bike right, Miller can't, and Fernandez can't.
Is Miller? I mean, I know we're going to get into silly season again, but is Miller staying on that gas, or is he?
Don't know.
I don't know. I think they would have announced that straight away, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. That
Just
was
a straight swap. Did you guys see the announcement video for
I only saw a little bit of it.
No.
Oh, they removed the L plate.
sticks the KDM thing over the L plate? That was unbelievably great.
That's cool.
That was awesome by KDM.
Well, and so deserved by Costa. I mean, it was.
Oh, dude, it was happening anyway.
Yeah, it was happening anyway. But like,
Yeah.
he so deserves. Should have been after the second race. He should have got that. But
Pretty lonely fifth place, to be honest. He did really well, I thought. Couldn't keep the pace at the front of the boys, but it's not easy going around on your own.
Showed some maturity as well to not try and keep up the pace and then bin it. He took the points at least.
Yeah, I think he learned
Great
that from
point.
Yeah.
the
Yep.
week before.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Where Marquez made that mistake in his first year, I remember, in Mugello. He lost the front after Casanova and then Savelli. He lost it there. So, by the way, Mugello's got the best names of
For
any
the
track.
corners, yeah.
well, I didn't realize that their corners are named after towns around the track.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I was actually asked about that.
Yeah, so they're
I had no
all
idea.
different towns around. So there's no obviously no riders' names or anything like that.
Arrabbiata 1, Arrabbiata
Arrabbiata
2, Pacini, San Donato.
Yeah.
Oh, they're the best.
They
They're
are.
the best corner
And
names.
the commentators love talking about it as well.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
It's a great track. Like,
It is such a great track.
It's
you watch
great.
it, some of the angles they had on the weekend, you're like, wow, there's a lot of ups and downs in this track.
Yeah.
and it looks like something amazing to ride
It's
on.
got everything. And it's very photogenic, like going down Casanova and Savelli and the big like mound of people.
Yeah.
It's
And
just beautiful.
Arrabbiata 1, like that is like one of the quickest corners.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. It's
That's
all
an
kind of off
insane
camber.
section
Yeah.
going uphill. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
What's the last chicane called? What's that called?
it's a bit of a different
It's
name.
1 and 2 as well, isn't it?
Oh, the very last one. Yeah, not San Donato. That's the first corner, isn't it?
San Donato's the first one. Pacini, I think, is the last
Pacini,
corner.
yeah.
The Italians listening will be thinking I'm just
To be like this.
butchering
Yeah,
butchering all the.
That'll be hemorrhaging.
Yeah, that's all right. We're giving them some love.
Beyond Eddie 1 and 2.
Beyond and Deddy 1 and 2.
Beyond Deddy,
That's
yeah.
it. This is best corner names far out. G'day guys, James here from Motorsport Republica. Our brand new t-shirts have dropped. So we have Marquez, we've got Daniel Ricciardo, we've got Verstappen, Charles Leclerc in men and women, and a Gent Lawrence, Hunter Lawrence double champs tee. Jump onto motorsportrepublica.com.au, check out our new tees. We've got air freshener still on there. Go on our socials, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. It's all on there. Make sure to check it out. All your support means everything. Thanks, guys.
Owned by Ferrari, that track.
Oh, is it?
Yep. Ferrari acquired it a few years ago.
There you go. Yeah, it was a little bit boring. I thought Bastianini came back super strong
Yeah.
through the main race.
Yeah.
Got past.
He's
sat
still got
behind.
it. He's still got it.
100%.
Yeah. He'd be great in I think he just needs to sign for Aprilia and move on.
Yeah, I don't think he'll stay. I think it might be hard. Unless by Tinar's chance he gets to keep his seat, which I doubt.
No.
But awesome race by him. I thought, again, typical of him. Late race pace, nurse the tyres, so strong. Great move on Marquez.
Yeah.
Like that was aggressive. And then
But needed.
Is
Oh,
he
of
is he
course.
good at conserving the tyres, or is he just amazing on worn tyres, or is it a bit of both?
it'll be a bit of both. Like, I don't think I've ever seen him like destroy a pair of tyres to the point where you see him visibly out of shape.
Yeah, true.
He's
It's a great-
always been
It's a great asset to have that.
like even when he was on that.
KDM needs that.
Remember when he came into the GP paddock and he was on that old, was it like 19 spec bike,
The
that
Avintia,
Avinta,
yeah.
and that was crap. That was known for chewing tires, and he would nurse that thing and bring it home all the time.
Yeah, got
and
a
then
couple
even the year
podiums on
later,
it.
did the same thing. So
Dude's got talent, obviously.
people are quick to forget.
Do you think aero was the main problem with that race?
I don't think so, to be honest.
So I think it was. As in, everyone's front tire pressures were cooked, and they were all running basically the same lap times. I still reckon Pecco had more in their pocket, but Bastianini, Marquez, and Martin were realistically running the same lap times. They just couldn't get close enough.
I
to
thought
pass.
the same thing, and then but Bastianini was the outlier because he was behind Marquez for a long time.
Yeah, he was.
So, and I thought if anyone's tires are going to go off, it would have been Bastianini. So.
But even Marquez, when he was following him, he followed him
was.
for a good 4 or 5
Yeah.
laps, which probably cost him ultimately to catching Martin. That's where it cooked him.
It's not like they got up to the back of the other bike and then dropped back away. It was just like there was a gap from the get go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there has to be a factor, obviously.
Well,
but,
I know that like they came out and said the tire pressures were like
Oh, was it? Yeah.
yeah
Yeah.
at its world. So there has to be some
These
type of
tyre
factor.
pressures-
I'm not going to say that I think Pecco would have won no matter what. He just had the pace, but for those last three, they were all running pretty similar laps. They just couldn't get anywhere near each other.
They need to get rid of that tyre pressure rule.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
stupid rule.
That's fucking.
That's
I think that's making the aero even worse.
Yeah,
Compounding one problem with another.
yeah, it is.
It's ridiculous.
Just to save tyres or whatever it is.
The biggest thing I took away from the race is you can really see the difference between the GP24 and the GP23. Coming onto that straight.
Yeah, the acceleration. You're right. Yeah.
Even when Marquez
Marquez
was
had no
behind-
chance,
no.
man.
And what was his rear ride
I think the
device?
ride height was getting caught on something, or it was rubbing or something.
Nah, it was he was hitting a bump, and that bump was what was smoking up that tyre. Was hitting something.
But they must have the
Yeah,
ride device too low.
I think it was something rubbing when it hit, or
It was when because he was trying to run a wider line. Franco Carcetti came out and said it.
Okay.
He was trying to run a wider line to then, because he was losing acceleration on the GP24, and that bump was just rubbing something on the tyre. And
yeah.
That's what it was. So
I got a bit excited when I seen that puff of smoke. I was like, thank you.
Come on, bro. It's exciting at least.
Nah, yeah, it was exciting because I was like, beautiful, he's going to retire.
Jesus.
But he should have bloody been at my house and Anaya Bastianini made that pass.
oh
in
yeah,
the
you
last
guys would have been
corner.
crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Were you watching that with your family?
Yeah, went home and watched it. Watched with my old man. Great race.
Oh, you've been frothing.
Oh yeah, you guys would have been loving it.
I was jumping up for joy.
Well, it was good for Italy.
Absolutely, yeah.
Which leads me on to my next point that I made. Where is Italy after Pecco Bagnaia? You look at the Moto3 and the Moto2 ranks, and I would be, if I'm an Italian, I'd be nervous. We're going back into more Spanish domination. And it's only ever been Spanish domination since Rossi. We've had this small patch of Italy with Pecco. And then you look at, you got the Colombian of David Alonso, Furman, Sergio Garcia,
Spanish.
Danny Holgado, if he
Alonso
keeps it,
Lopez.
Alonso Lopez. There's a lot of
It's all
Spanish.
Spanish.
The last hope was Arbolino, but
Tony
Yeah, he's nowhere.
he just can't.
And
he
then-
just can't,
Can't
get
work
the
those
tyres.
Pirelli tyres.
yeah, and Vietti, but he's not he's not.
He's like a Alex Rins. He's either on or he's off.
Yeah.
It's one or two ways.
So I'm just thinking, who's the next? And I understand why Rossi's done this academy, and they've had Mignot and everyone come through.
Yeah,
but
he's
he
not
hasn't
even
done much.
He's not riding anymore.
Yeah, Bulliger, but then he's gone to Superbikes.
Superbikes.
So,
Baldassari. That was the biggest fall from grace.
Yeah, Baldassari was the biggest fall from
Lorenzo
grace.
Baldassari. I remember at one
I
point
think
that they
he
all
just-
started with B. Baldassari, Bagnaia, Bastianini. They're all in Moto2 at the same
Bezzecchi.
time. Bezzecchi as well.
Yeah, something's going
I
on.
know.
Sorry,
you
I
were
think
saying?
Baldassari's lost his ride in Supersport as well.
No shit.
When's
Yeah.
Superbike's back, by the way? Has to be soon,
It's
sure.
soon. Yeah, it's not too far away. I'd have to get it up. But
Yeah, it was just interesting. I was watching Mugello, everything was all Italian. But I'm like, who's
Yeah.
the next Italian person to come through?
well, there's a couple in Moto3, but they're really not lighting the world on fire, are they?
Well, if you're going to, and I'm talking the next star, normally.
A bit hard. I mean, you got Bez and Bastianini that are in the GP paddock, but to someone coming up,
Well, 'cause
I can't put my finger on anyone.
I remember listening to Rossi when he started the VR46 Academy, and Rossi was doing so well, but Italy kind of rested on their laurels a little bit.
It was
on
only him
nur-
and Simoncelli.
That's right, but trying to nurture their talent through, and then I don't know what's happened because the Spanish are still once Pecco goes, or once a Pedro Acosta takes the fight to him, and then these new rules come in, I don't see many Italians dominating for a long time after Bagnaia, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's interesting. We've got to see who they bring up through these younger ranks. I know Rossi, or the academy just signed this real young kid who's coming through. So I think he's coming through the European circuit. So hopefully we see him soon.
You might see Foggia come through. I forgot about Foggia, but is this his first year?
Nah, second.
Oh, shit.
He came up with Garcia and Guevara and that, and he's
Yeah,
really
okay.
struggling.
So that's a thing.
know.
It's
But how many times have we seen someone come up through Moto2? Look at Quartararo. He didn't light the world on fire in Moto2. When
He
you
had,
when you
three
look at
good
it, he had a
races.
couple good races and put his name on
Yeah.
the map. But he comes into MotoGP and dominates.
yeah, that's it.
There have been guys like this where
Same with Stoner.
yeah,
You know?
that's exactly right. So it's not out of the realm of possibility for anyone, and not just an Italian guy, but.
Yeah,
You know.
Alex Marquez took a few years to warm up to it, and then he
Yeah,
won a title. So
that's-
it's still not out of the realm for, as you said, for a Foggia. But just looking at it now, Bagnaia is like the last hope almost. You know, unless Bezzecchi gets his shit together. But that's another conversation. Mate,
he's
what's
nowhere,
going
isn't
on
he?
with Bez?
Just can't gel with that bike. That's his fault, but that's
not a
his
good.
fault.
That's his fault, but that's not a good sign on. This might be harsh on. I don't want to say his talent, but there's riders just take Marc Marquez out of it because he's a different person. But you got Digier and Alex Marquez.
They make it work.
They're making it work. They're getting consistent top tens.
Yeah. He just can't seem to make it work. Whether he's kicking himself and checked out,
I reckon there's a bit of that, as in I had the chance,
you know,
and like I don't think there'll be any animosity or anything like that, but.
we made your bed, you got to lie in it.
Yeah, and then I know Rossi came out and said, he feels like he's got a lot of responsibility on Bez because he's the one that convinced him to stay. And it's like, and people, if you're a team, you could fall up like Morbidelli, but, people forget pretty quickly as well. Or they see what you're like through the hard times.
Yeah, that's the thing. And the hardest part is they're testing at the moment. So this GP24 is only going to get better, and that gap to the 23 is only going to get bigger.
Yeah.
So everyone on that 23 will struggle that little bit more, which we've seen in the last few seasons. They've started with such a strong bike and then developed it even to become an even better bike, and you really see that gap.
Yeah.
So
It's a great point you make because there's development's done for 23. Like they can make some slight changes, but there's no major.
I think it's just all about just getting used to
there's
the
no
bike.
new parts or anything like that.
Correct. So it's now these 24 bikes. Like I said, they are currently testing as we speak.
Yeah, they were saying Bagnaia kind of too big of a night because he's testing today. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's a bit unfair after winning in Italy with like the best way you can win in like the special livery. Dominating.
1
like,
and 2.
It is cool. I love seeing they have the best scenes in Mugello and Massana, I reckon.
So do you change your opinion of Le Mans, the new Mugello?
I don't know. If someone wants to sponsor us and we can go and test out Le Mans and Mugello, then I'll give a better opinion. I think Le Mans has more theatre to it on race day, but I think Mugello still has the soul.
Yeah.
It still has the soul, like the craziness. You can hear, and I'm sure I know Le Mans has that. But when they see them all running onto the track, the flares. Something special about that.
Yeah,
it's a bit different.
Yeah, there's something special about that weekend.
And I think the track, because it's just such a beautiful scenery, and the hills of Tuscany, it's pretty cool.
Definitely the scenery, and I reckon that place they could fit so many more grandstands as well. It could be a mecca. Like if obviously, your old man, he's been there before. Is it a hard place to get to?
It's one way. It's one way in, one way out.
Yeah, because that's the thing.
Curtis has been there.
Oh, sorry, Curdy.
How long do you have to wait for the train to get to Mugello? Didn't you have to get a train out? You had to wait 6 hours? The train driver fell asleep or something?
Sounds like it's Italy.
Oh, an hour and a half. That's not too bad.
An hour to an hour and a half.
I think driving out's 5 hours or something.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's banked up and they're cooking barbecues on the side of the road.
Yeah,
and
remember
stuff.
Brent Stevens who had to drive on the wrong side of the road or something like that?
That's right. Yeah.
That's just the problem, I think. I think it's hard, and it's more expensive, he was saying, to go to.
Yeah, I think it's quite expensive to be there.
Yeah, but early years of Rossi was where it's
really expensive. They did say that. Yeah, well, Brent said that, didn't he? So that's a hard thing as well. If you got to make the trip out there, you got to camp. It looks like, and then pay for the ticket as well.
Yeah, well, that's it. So the new aliens.
Yes.
It's 3, maybe 4 with Pedro. What do you guys reckon?
Aliens.
It's a big call.
I know it's a big call, but this
You can't have that many aliens, but
there's almost 4
what do you
last
mean?
time.
There was it was 5, wasn't it?
Lorenzo, Rossi, Pedrosa, Stoner,
and Marquez.
Marquez was kind of overlapping.
Yeah, I suppose
with
Stoner wasn't there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was. Yeah, you're right. My apologies.
I think the top 3. I mean, we'll see with Pedro.
I think Pedro by next year.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but he's still got to prove himself over a full race distance. He's got to learn this stuff this year and then apply it next year. And that's what Martin's done. Martin, how much has he learned from the last year? And he's an absolute superstar now.
He is a superstar, but I think Pedro's had a way better first year than Jorge Martin.
Yeah, Martin was riddled by injury on his first year too.
He crashed in Portimao.
Yeah,
and broke his leg or something crazy.
And still won Rookie of the Year.
5 seconds behind though.
Huh?
Pedro was 5 seconds behind though, and he got to about halfway through the map.
Oh, was he? Yeah, right. There you go. I like it, Curdy. Thank you. So I don't know. I think he's had a very, very. I think he's had the best rookie season since Marquez, which is very hard to top that one.
Yeah,
but,
agreed.
You know, he's just been on another level. On a bike as well, we didn't think was that good.
Well, he's showing. Yeah, I mean, he's dominating that whole team. I mean, no one's doing anything else on that bike.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like we were just talking about KTM. Like,
and Binder finished 6th in the sprint and then 10th in the main.
10th in the main.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. 6th in the sprint.
They must have some serious tyre wear issues. Is that stemming from that?
brother, we gamble on the soft tires every weekend.
I know.
You think they'd learn with all the tech?
But
I just don't get it. Man.
I don't get it either. But you know, Vinales went the other way and it didn't seem to work either. So who knows?
Maverick.
So you reckon Martin's going to factory Ducati?
Yeah. It seems to be done, doesn't it?
Marquez to stay with Grassini for factory bike?
Yep. As called by me.
You did. Which is like, Daniel, that hurts my head so hard.
Well, you guys just go. I called Marquez or Grassini. I called him Stainer or Grassini. Just get around me.
You also called a lot of other stuff that has not even come near it. So
Like what?
I can't remember.
There you go.
Yeah, look, it seems to be the way, isn't it?
I think so. I don't know, unless it's just a war of words between Marquez and Martin.
But why has Marquez come out and said no to Pramac so early?
I don't know, he must know something. There must be something.
Just don't get it.
Or he's trying to force their hands with either going to factory or getting a factory bike at Grassini. If anything, the right way would be for Martin to take that factory spot.
Of course.
And Marquez, just to spice it up, put a factory bike in Grassini.
Yeah, and take one away from Pramac.
Yeah. Or just have 5. But you
take one away from Pramac. Because if Furman goes to Pramac, you would throw him on the year before.
Yeah,
I don't think I don't think they're allowed 5.
No, I don't know.
I think there's some regulation in there that they cannot have more than 4 factory bikes.
Don't know.
Because otherwise they'd do it, wouldn't they?
I think it also comes to funding from the team that's buying the bike or leasing the bike off Ducati.
Yeah. Anyway, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. We're supposed to know next couple of days. So
yeah, I'm trying to refresh news here and I can't find anything.
There could be, by the time this pod even comes out, the answer could already be happening.
Yeah.
It's just, it's going to take one domino to fall and they'll all come
Actually,
after
I read something on Facebook just before I got here. I can't believe I just forgot about it. That they reckon Marquez is super close to signing with Pedro Acosta's team as a teammate in KTM.
Yeah, but didn't KTM just come out before and say that's not happening?
Before, it was before that
Binder's
came out.
Be,
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the silliest of silly seasons.
Isn't it?
Guidotti came out and said Mark's not available. He told him. So
something's going to happen. Something has to give. Yeah, talking about silly seasons, Honda are not in any negotiations with anyone, according to Alberto Puig. No one wants to ride with their shit-house motorcycle.
Bro, imagine they're going to get some like washed up Moto2 rider to come and race from next year.
Matteo Passini will come back and race for him.
Kempy's on it.
Oh, yes. Oh, my. Who races for Honda in the ASBK? They might even get a call.
No, they
up.
don't have a bike anymore. Herfoss won the championship on it last year, and that's
right.
it.
That's
Might be some Japanese test rider, Tatsuki Yakamikiwaya.
I don't know, man. Who knows?
Taka Nakagami might fall up.
That's a good shout at the moment. That's a great shout.
comes in and Taka Nakagami goes to the factory team.
Imagine
Taka Nakagami in
Nakagami.
a Repsol Honda, I'll quit.
Yeah, what's the point?
Well, at least it won't be Repsol next year.
Yeah, it won't even be Repsol.
Oh, man. No one will want to sponsor him.
Oh, hey, there's a sponsor for us.
Yeah.
We'll have a sticker on the side of that Honda.
They might have to pay us to put our logo on that bike. Be careful, boys. You don't want it in the dirt every weekend.
I don't think we even want that. We'll lose followers.
Seriously. They can't even get a rider and they can't even get a sponsor. That is the biggest fall from grace I've ever seen.
It's been happening
That's
for years, though,
so
hasn't it?
disappointing, but you think of MotoGP, the first thing you think of away from a rider is Repsol Honda.
For sure. All the greats have ridden it.
Yeah, Polo Spargo.
Bro, Paul Spargo, Alex Marquez.
True, he did ride it. Hey,
That's a forgotten one.
you are right though. Yeah, Dovey rode it. Yeah, that was when they ran 3 bikes.
Yeah. Yeah. But, you know, that's, I don't know. I don't know what to say. All I can say is buy out Repsol Honda merch. It's going to be a collector's item soon.
You're not wrong.
Their thing, Repsol, was they always had to have a Spanish rider in.
Yeah, they got Mia.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is in 03, it was Rossi and Hayden. I wonder if Rossi was just, this is just my autism brain, just like going on overdrive.
You've been thinking about this for years?
Exactly 16 years and 7 months.
Cross over the calendar.
They only had Rossi and Hayden, so it's one of
That's, yeah.
it's a little bit of a tidbit for you, Daniel Brishy tidbit.
Well, it's going to be like VR46 next year, it looks like.
As a Spanish rider, no, he's going to go into Primac, won't he?
Yeah, Morbidelli will go.
He'll fall down
He'll
finally.
fall across. Yeah,
Imagine if he is a big second half of the year. Who knows?
Repsol Honda bound.
Oh, God.
Don't do it, Franco. Don't do
He'd
it.
probably still take it, though, wouldn't he?
Yeah,
Nah, I'd be like I'm Jack Miller or something. Sure.
You know what? Actually, that's a pretty good shout as well.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
he's
what
got-
everyone's saying.
And reports, I think Aspargo's signed with HRC
JC.
for a test ride.
test ride.
I believe that's a done deal as well.
That's not bad if that's actually.
Smart move.
That's actually Honda have done something right there.
Yeah, finally. He's only taken a few
They probably
years.
realised, geez, we let Danny Pedrosa go. Look what this guy did to the Aprilia.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. So I don't know. That would be good. But they need to do something, and that's a good start anyway. Poor Alesia's going to be beaten up. He won't be able to do any more triathlons after riding that Repsol or that Honda.
They
Whatever
might
it
give
is.
him like a crash bonus or something, so if he crashes, he gets paid or something. I don't know.
Bruh.
oh man,
They should be further. They should be. I expected Honda now to be further ahead than what they are.
Yeah, well, Yamaha's showing some fight.
They are. Well,
Yeah.
they did well in the practice sessions
And qualifying.
Yeah.
and
stuff.
qualifying.
Yeah.
And qualifying, if anything, because they were putting in hot laps. Like, even though they tested there, but you still got to put in a hot lap.
it's just a shame. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like you're flogging a dead horse.
Yeah, you are. You are. They
Like,
need
we
to
speak about it all the time, but what more can we say about it? It's just and it's terrible for the sport. Like it really is terrible for the sport.
Yeah, it is.
I know with KTM struggles, like it's really just Ducati versus Ducati versus Ducati at the moment. So yeah, they need to do. I mean, we've said this every week, but like, what do? Like, do they go back to? They're just going to wait for the new regulations now.
That's all it is.
There's
man.
Yeah, because the riders they get aren't going to develop that bike nowhere near as fast enough. It's done. The horse is bolted now.
Yeah, it's just a fill in 2 years. Oh, so 25, 26, and then new regs in 27. So
Yeah, it's just a fill-in grid spot for the moment.
Nakagami Oliveira, factory Honda. Let's go. Let's go.
where's Mir going then?
I feel sorry for him,
I
man. If
reckon he's
he
gonna retire.
retires,
26.
that's
I know,
sad,
man.
man.
26. It's crazy.
That's what
That's
Honda does
insane.
to you, but
Oh, it's super sad. Like if we watched, like turn back the clock, we watched MotoGP of 4 years ago, and you got Mir and Morbidelli. Like it just changed so quickly, hasn't it?
True. At least Morbidelli's on a fight back now, though.
Yeah.
He really is on a fight back. I'm happy for him. Even though I love making fun of him, I actually am happy for him. Like that's cool.
Yeah, it is. It is good.
Good for the sport.
Yeah, half Brazilian as well. People forget that.
True.
Good mix of fucking people, Brazilian and Italian.
Yeah, true.
It's a really good mix.
What do you reckon he'd be good at cooking food? Brazilian food and Italian food.
Yeah, 100%. Moto2 results, Dan?
Good women.
Yes.
Where's Moto2?
Best shout out to Moto2, the best race of the weekend.
And it's getting really good every week. And there's
How
so many
good is
different
the
winners.
championship?
Yeah.
Oh my god, how good is the
God,
championship?
it used to be the forgotten category.
Yeah.
Just no one cared about it, and it was just a shit race usually. So
Yeah, that's right. Shortened race because of the red flag in Moto3.
harsh, don't you reckon?
Yeah,
That
I
was
thought that was harsh.
shortened. Yeah, I thought it was
I
too.
thought they would have just gone back to like, yeah, I don't know. I was
Just
bit
do a
rough.
quick start procedure or something,
Yeah,
get it
that's right.
going quickly.
But you know
like-
what? Probably made for a better race than if it had been full length.
Yeah.
Sasaki managed to crash the bike twice in about 15 minutes. Typical.
I know. Good, crazy, isn't it?
Results: Joe Roberts, Manu Gonzalez, Alonso Lopez, Sergio Garcia, Ayagura, Aaron Canet, Celestino Vietti, Ethan Guevara, Somkit Chantra, and Marcos Ramirez.
Boom. OnlyFans 1 and 10th. Let's go OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah.
Insert-
What a race, but
Man, amazing. Great race.
unbelievable.
The racing's been incredible. And
Yeah.
it's so tight. Championship's so tight. Is Garcia still leading the title? I think he
Yeah,
is.
by not by much now. I think it's only 8 points or something.
Yeah. Oh, it's just anyone's.
It
It's
is.
tightening up. It's super exciting, and like so many names in there as well. Like it's just so many big names.
It's a
And
stacked field.
I know, and Aldeguer to hopefully come good, and
Hopefully, but like I don't see it happening anytime soon.
Neither do I.
he's on the
Everyone
right
else is-
bike. He's on the right
He
bike, the
is.
right
Of course,
chassis. Like,
yeah.
there's no excuse.
No, there is no excuse at all. But man, these guys wanted it. Like Robertson and Gonzalez on that last lap were leaning on each other,
Yeah.
going into those first few corners, and even with Alonso Lopez,
I didn't
all of them
know.
fighting it out.
I was cheering for them all.
Yeah, I was the same.
I was
Like,
actually thought of you.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know who I want to win. I'm like, I'm kind of happy if anyone
That's
wins.
good though, isn't
yeah,
it?
Yeah.
it is.
It's never like that.
That's
I just-
never like that.
I was hoping Sergio Garcia was on that podium.
Yeah, same.
I was like, please, like, don't let Ayagura finish in front of me.
Can you just give me a result on Jake Dixon for you, Daniel? You're going
Never-
to scroll pretty far down, don't you?
Never heard of him.
15th? The 15th? Got a
shocker.
point?
12th.
Oh, I got a couple points, little fella.
Inconsistent.
Yeah.
Only broke his leg or something, didn't he?
Back to BSB next year. If he's lucky. Super Sports 300 BSB.
Bro. Oh, it's funny.
But
Yeah.
shout out to Gonzalez as well. He had a
Yeah,
ripper
pop
race.
favourite.
Pop favorite, and really top bloke. So
He's come a long way from, I think he came from the World Super Sport 300 Championship, didn't he? Is
Yeah, I
that
think he won it.
Correct?
Yeah, he won it.
man, if he has a ripper second half of the year, like could be a shot on that Grassini MotoGP bike.
100%. If Alex, I don't.
Yeah, what does Alex Marquez do? That's a toughie because he's getting top 10s on the Grassini Ducati.
yeah,
Damn
but
bad results.
It ain't bad results, but they got a decent bike. They go, well, we could do better results. When you look at it,
and they've given him a chance as well. Like he's been on
he's
that
had
bike
his
for a
chance
few
in
years.
MotoGP.
Yeah.
He's been around. So
Yeah, that's true. It's hard.
It's-
That's a tough call though. That Alex Marquez call.
and Gonzalez is smashing his teammate. Like Albert Arenas was 19th.
Cyril Gillerais.
Yeah.
Seen
he-
Albert Arenas ride? He's killed people.
The crazy thing is, I was talking with someone today about this. He was meant to be the next big thing coming out of Moto3.
Arenas. Yeah. Okay. Did he won a title? Didn't he?
Yeah.
I reckon he won at Phillip Islands.
Albert
I think you might be right.
Few people went missing that night.
But like Gonzalez is outperforming him and he's
Yeah.
racing really, really well. He looks happy. He looks like he's having a great time. He
Yeah.
had a great string of results at the end of last year on
Yeah.
that Master Camp bike. So
Yeah, he did.
world's his oyster.
Yep. Yep. Garcia's still doing his thing. Hasn't, thrown it away. Like he took the points.
Yep. It did well to repass.
Yep. I hope he wins the title.
Canet raced really well, actually. It was the first time I was like, there was a few times going into a few of those corners, I thought, he's hanging off the bike, he's going to dump it. But
Yeah, he almost launched himself as well, I think, Canet. He ran wide.
So did Joe Roberts.
Yeah.
Almost launched himself. Joe Roberts, I think, dropped back down to fourth at one stage
Yeah.
and then carved back through. It was, such a great race.
Yeah, anything
it's
could have
getting
won.
good.
Anything could have won. Any of the top four could have won easily in the last 3 laps. It was really, really wide open. But you're right though, shortened race. It just the tire wear goes out of it, and they just go hell for leather, and it is good viewing.
Yeah, and that's why Alonso Lopez finished up in the
Yeah,
podium.
yeah. Because you got to remember Catalunya, his tires went off the cliff more than I think I've ever seen any set of tires.
Crazy, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
But I think that's happening a little bit with these Pirellis. Some of the
Yeah.
guys are finding it really hard to ride on them as well. Tony Arbolino, a big one of those names
Yeah.
on Struggle Street. But
Again, everyone has the same tire though.
yeah, 100%. So,
traditionally.
so he can't adapt to this
Yeah.
Pirelli.
Yeah.
But they are seeing a pretty decent drop.
It's standard though with it used to be Tyre Wars, but tyre manufacturers. I remember Bridgestone came in and those tyres they were terrible to have.
Yeah, you're never going to get it right straight away.
Yeah, exactly right. And Michelin's were already there. They were, producing all the good races, and then it almost flipped over a year. And then you saw obviously Rossi switch halfway through. But it's going to take time, and you got to be the best rider to ride around that, or adapt your style to it. Because then you got to go to MotoGP and you got new tyres again.
But you're right. You have to adapt, and the great riders do. Like we go back to MotoGP and we look at Bezzecchi, he's just not adapting to the bike as well
100%.
as
Yeah.
like. I know Marquez. He is God to some people, and he's an amazing rider, and he just adapts to things so quickly.
Yeah.
And that's where the Bears of the world they need to have that. I don't know what they do. Like,
I think it's just that extra 5%.
yeah,
That's all it is.
It
Yeah.
is. It is. That's
They're not
extra.
even that 5%.
Yeah.
It's not that much.
Yeah, there's not much in between them, but there's
One
enough.
little issue, like a Vinales, one tiny little issue on the bike, he's just nowhere for the weekend. Like he has to have everything perfect.
Oh, the issue is just when the lights go out. That's the issue. Dropping the clutch.
He's got better though.
It's the fuel
remember-
tank. It's too much fuel.
But the fuel tank, that was a huge issue a couple of years ago. Like he was like first to 15th in the race.
It was bad. I've never seen anything like it.
He's improved it a little bit, but still.
He
like,
has. Like he's like front row to 6th or 7th now. It's good for him. But I'm being serious. That's what it is.
It is, but you are 100% right. It's
I mean, we all
He
laugh.
does, he
That's
goes
exactly what it
backwards.
is.
It's like when it started to rain. I remember Lorenzo back in the day. It
Oh,
started to rain.
after he broke his collarbone in Aston, that was it.
Like it
He
was
like a
gone
cat.
from like you were leading the race to like he was 16th, 17th. Like it
Yeah.
was so crazy. He just can't adapt that. Or just like the lack of confidence, isn't it?
Cheeseburger won't tell you that, but that's all right.
Yeah, there's something wrong with the tyres of the bike or something.
yeah, he'll still tell you he's the best.
Everyone's fault bar his.
Absolutely.
Oh goodness.
But yeah, good, great race.
Yeah.
Awesome to see Joe Roberts really come of age when you think of it. Like he could have easily put that bike down the road, which we've seen him do many times. But he really fought hard and stayed in that race and just sort of timed it perfect and really nursed those tyres. And I thought it was really, really good.
Now, we have some intel that's saying that Joe Roberts won't be at Trackhouse next year.
Really? I thought that was done.
But where does he go?
This is the thing.
This is Aprilia don't want him. That's what we heard, I should say. Just can't say the source.
Look, this is the hard thing. I was just thinking about this as we were talking. A lot of these guys can go up. And there's a big chance that whoever wins the championship stays in this class next year.
Yeah. You've said that for a few rounds now, Daniel.
Like it's really shaping up that way.
But it's been like, but MotoGP's been like that the last 5 years. Like they just rather reward like older talent like a Morbidelli's of the world than bring a fresh rider up. Like how has Morbidelli got that seat for this year? Like how does that work? How do you not put a different rider in?
There was no one else to come up last year. There really wasn't.
Nah.
Like
Arbolino might be stiff on that.
It's yeah, but
not
look at him
on the
now.
Pramac, but
I know.
It's
This-
bottlenecking now. The
yeah.
talent's bottlenecking now. It wasn't really like that. It was two clear favourites, I reckon, traditionally with Moto2,
yeah.
and 1 or 2 will go up. But now you've got like 4, 5 riders that can probably go up. Maybe not to a factory team, but to a track house or to a whatever.
Are riders staying in the lower classes longer these days?
Well, like look at Joel Kelso. Like he's probably a year more than I thought he would be.
Yeah, I
But-
really thought he was going up to Moto2, to be honest.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, he's
So-
staying in Moto3, but yeah.
You know, like if you're a Pedro, like they're in and out. Like they're all in and out within 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3 max
You know.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's
3
different.
max.
It's different. Well, I'll touch base on this in Moto3 because I got a point to say, but it's different for like an Aussie rider. What they do through the Grand Prix is different to like a Spanish and Italian that's already there. Like,
Yeah.
they're already there riding those bikes.
Yeah.
They should be in and out quicker than what someone coming from Japan, Australia, or the States, or
1,000,000%.
unless you're David Alonso and you're Colombian and you're just destroying everyone.
Different ball game.
Well, that leads me into MJ Trading Cards Performance of the Week. And I mean, there was some few candidates this week, but I think we just can't go past David Alonso's performance.
Yeah.
The little Colombian boy.
Yeah, talk about. I think he was a second quicker than everyone in one of the practices or
yeah.
qualifying.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it
I don't
was
know how you're doing.
domination.
I don't know how you're doing that in Moto3.
And the other thing, that pole lap with no slipstream as well. Like it was just like he was out there by himself
Yeah.
and just dominating. So, yeah, I mean, he's my X Factor watch.
He is an X Factor watch.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for him to go up to Moto2. It's a foregone conclusion he's going next year. It's his second year in. It was only his rookie year last year.
Who's the premier Moto2 team? Like he's probably has to look at
KTM.
Bosco Scora chassis though, doesn't he? Going
Well, the
forward?
Bosco Scuros are the bike to be on
At
at
the moment, yeah.
Yeah, so
They've overtaken Calex.
So he'll take Aldeguer's seat or something along the lines of that. Do you think?
Well, he's with CF Moto Aspar, which is Are they still part of the KTM group or no?
Yeah,
they are, because-
so he would be on like Jake Dixon's bike traditionally.
David Alonso, thank you so much. You are my new favourite.
But he's going to add another, like, I don't know, another flavour into the paddock where it's not a Spanish or an.
I know. I was going to say that it's good to see a non-Spanish, non-Italian, just a non-European, I should say. Just
and
a
hopefully he comes in
character.
there.
Yeah.
He comes in there and he's not friends with everyone, and he just gets the job done. And I love that because there's a little bit of like a VR46 cult happening in the MotoGP these days. We want to spice it up a bit. That's why
100%.
Costa's such a fresh face in there as well.
breath of fresh air for sure. It's cool to see like the VR46 stuff. Like I do like it, but seeing like a Colombian go up, he's still got a long time to prove himself. But it'd be cool to see a non-European. I like watching a non-European rider, whether it be American or Aussie, even Japanese.
It's very rare that you get these superstars that haven't dominated. And like we talked before about Quartararo, etc. They didn't dominate the slower classes, but all the champions have gone. Of like even Amir, I would say he really showed some extra talent in the Moto3 class.
Yeah.
You
look at Marquez, you look at Rossi, like throughout the years, that's where they perform in that class when all the bikes are the same. That's when you know they're a step ahead of, and that extra 5% we talk about.
Yeah, it's true. What's the race results? We gone to that yet?
No. So Moto3, David Alonso, Colin Vaya, Rusei Yamanaka, Teo Furusato, David Munoz, Ivan Ortola, Luca Lunetta, Adrian Fernandez. What are you doing?
I like sold yet or what?
Jacob Ralston and Matteo Battelli.
Ralston, a special mention as well. Like he's just doing that. He's there or thereabouts, isn't
Mate, he's
Rookie
unbelievable.
season.
Qualified, 7th?
Yeah.
And they finished ahead of Holgado, I'm assuming as well.
Oh, yeah. Danny
Holgado.
Holgado, 14th.
Yeah, double long lap. Jacob Ralston, I'm going to say this. He had the pace. You know what let him down? Is weight. He was 10 Ks slower than everyone down that straight. I was looking at the top speeds.
Because he dropped back to, 12th or 13th at one stage too.
Yeah. He was... I think they were running 251s and he was doing like a 240, 239 down that straight. That's a big difference. He was just getting chewed up. And as soon as he got out of that slipstream, see you later.
Well, yeah.
But his race pace is incredible. He's a star. I'm telling you, he's a gem, this kid. Pod favorite. Go look him up. Jacob also Motorsport Republica. We did an interview with him. It was good.
Yeah, it was really good. And a super, you can tell he's a competitive guy.
Oh, my God. That's so full on.
Yeah. Like, we still talk about it to this day, how we expected this young little kid to come in, but he was like full, like, oh, my God, like so intense. So, shout out. And look, and that's a rider that I can think that can go up to Moto2 and be successful.
Yeah, and he probably needs it almost with the weight.
Similar to Onshu.
Well, I was just going to bring that up. That was probably what Daniel said before about I did call on you as a Moto2 champion this year, so I'll eat my humble pie.
Still plenty of time. Don't worry,
Bro, he was this 17th or something. He's done nothing.
Yeah, he's struggled. He has struggled a lot.
Oh, 100%. I thought, this kid's going to go into Moto2, bigger bike, whatever. But yeah, I mean, that talent pool in Moto2, though, I can't remember. I mean, obviously Acosta last year, but I cannot remember it being so stacked.
It's so competitive.
The closest one I can think of was, Bez Marini, Bastianini, and Sam Lowe's all had a really great year. And that went down to the last round, and any one of those four could have won that championship.
Yeah.
That was probably the closest one. But
you remember, Remy Gardner and Fernandez was just domination by
Same with
KTM.
Oliveira and Binder.
Yeah.
Back in Moto2 days.
And Pecco, you mean?
No, Oliveira and Binder went for a season.
Yeah, and then Oliveira went again with Pecco.
Yeah.
Who won that? Oliveira and Binder.
Oh.
I think
Oliveira won, didn't he?
I think Oliveira won.
But Binder went up.
Yeah.
From memory. I think that's,
I think Oliveira, because I remember, because I remember them being 1-2 for heaps of races. I remember Philippine, they went 1-2, but I don't know. Moto2 blurs into...
No, Oliveira was on the factory KTM and then Binder replaced him. I'm sure of it.
They went in Moto2.
No, going up to MotoGP. I'm sure Oliveira was on that factory KTM and Binder replaced him and Oliveira
he did get replaced and went back down to Tech 3.
So, yeah. Well, anyway.
I could be getting
the
my
viewers
lines
that listen at home can
So this was the 2018 season. Binder finished third, Oliveira second, and Bagnaia first.
Oh, there you go. That would be the season I'm thinking of.
And then 2017,
Good year, go Tigers.
Franco Morbidelli, Tom Luthi, and Miguel Oliveira.
Tom Luthi.
Luthi.
What
What's
a
he doing
name.
now? Moto E?
Yeah.
Rider training, bro.
Yeah, I think he is. Moto E.
He's with Damo up at Kempsey. Not Kempsey. Where's it, Kempsey? Yeah.
Yeah.
Kempsey.
Yeah.
Shout out the Motor Stars.
Yeah. Great organisation.
Or Jacob and Senna just went through Moto Stars.
Yeah, right. There you go. That's cool.
So
I think what we've learned over the last year doing this, guys, is like there are some serious good people in Australia doing some amazing things
man.
for the young talent. Because and shout out to Wayne Maxwell as well. It needed to change.
get him on. Nah, don't shout out Wayne Maxwell. Calling him out.
Yeah, get on,
Get on the pod,
Can you-
mate.
what are
Come
you
on,
doing?
dude.
Can you return our calls, please? You're not that busy. They're all racing at the moment, seriously. Yeah, he needs to return that call, or a text at least. But yeah, there's some great people doing some great things out there. And I'm sure the Stoners of the world and even the Mulans of the world would have loved this local this local talent that's
Yeah.
coming up. Like it
And
would
getting
help.
trained by people who've been there and done that.
As I'm sure there wasn't that it wasn't there back then.
I think it was flat track and motocross.
Yeah.
Yeah, completely different. But you are right. Credit to Damo and Wayne for doing what they do. Return
it's
our
cool.
calls.
Hot takes, Jim?
Let's have a look. While I get it up, Zarko to race Suzuka 8 hour.
Yes. How cool is that? I did see that.
How
That,
cool.
that I like that.
Yeah, that's going to be really cool. I'm interested to see how he goes.
When's that on?
Just compared to like,
He'll go all right, man.
for sure he's going to go good. French endurance,
Yeah,
match
hand
made
in
in
hand.
heaven. Match made in heaven.
You love the endurance, don't you?
Yeah, I'm all about it.
Hey, shout out to pod favourite Troy Herfoss too, just dominating.
Yeah, not 1 and 1. I think he won both.
Pole position, race 1, the mission challenge, and race 2, P2.
P2, right. Yeah, he's good in there. Far out.
I think he's leading the championship comfortably.
Yeah. Let's get the championship tees out. Send them over.
Dude, send us some.
Send this over. All right. That's Riley_Fletcher. If Honda want to do well, they need a new test rider. Stefan is not a good test rider. What did I say just then, Tom?
Stefan Bradl, not a good test rider for Repsol Honda. Yeah, I mean, it's probably a good call, but I mean, we're going to get
Alexis Varga.
we're going to get Alexis Spargo. We already answered that question. Keep going.
I don't know how much you can put it on Stefan Bradl, but it's still got to go back to the engineers and that.
Yeah, because he might be saying all the right stuff, and the engineers are going,
But Stefan Bradl's been their test rider since the glory days as well, yeah?
Yep.
So, I mean, don't know, it's all up. Yeah, it's not his fault. It's bloody Yakanami at the factory, not
Yeah.
for producing the best bikes.
Yeah.
Mr. Honda.
And not
Mr.
being on the
Honda.
front foot with aero is probably their biggest downfall. They've been chasing their tails ever since.
They're probably saying all the right things. They just haven't done anything about it because they're stubborn.
Stubborn, complacent,
Yeah,
but
too much pride.
Too much pride.
too much pride.
It's a problem.
But hopefully, they lost their 7-time world champion. They've lost their major
They're a
sponsor.
laughing stock.
Yeah.
They're a
Literally-
literal laughing stock that's lost Repsol, the best sponsor you can have.
The only thing keeping Honda alive is Jet Lawrence and Hunter Lawrence.
Literally.
No, straight out. It's not a joke.
Just a quick one as well. Is Repsol going to sponsor another team?
Bruh. Repsol Ducati.
It might be.
Imagine that.
Repsol Aprilia?
Surely the
Spanish?
Italians wouldn't allow that.
I mean, yeah, true.
Get
Spanish and Italian.
Sterigata Ducati. That would look sick. Get rid of Lenovo. It's gay.
As in happy.
Yeah, they're a really happy team. Well, they are at the moment.
Yeah, well, after the one too.
Actually, shout out to Dan's best mate, Danby, again. He did have a good call about those 6. There was 6 sponsors that compete with Marquez as a sponsor. That was a really interesting take a few weeks ago. Like, you got Lenovo and Samsung. You've got Oakley.
I don't
and
buy it, Tom. I don't buy it.
But we know that.
Next hot take. I'm sick of hearing his voice. Not yours, damn. Like his name.
I
Sorry.
don't buy it. I think you can break any contract.
Yeah,
you see it in
100%, you can
sport
see it
all the time. See it all the time.
Well, it's obviously not.
And Marquez has got a big enough pool to do that. If Rossi can be a Yamaha ambassador and run Ducatis as his team, he can do anything. Because money talks.
100%.
Money talks. At Matt's Auld _. Will the grid ever just be one factory and one satellite team per manufacturer? Ducati Cup, rolling eyes.
I don't. I mean, I think
Gone are the days.
Well, gone are the days. The other thing is, if that happened, it'd be terrible because it would just be there wouldn't be that much excitement. Because if there wasn't 8 Ducatis right now, it wouldn't be very exciting.
Nah, it'd be Formula One.
Yeah, it'd almost be CRT days.
yeah, legit.
So I think going forward in 20, have they spoken about that in 27 regs?
Nah, but that's a good question about 27 regs. What they're going to do?
Yeah, who knows? But Ducati are piling the money into the sport. That's the thing. You got to reward that.
Yeah.
True.
Good point. At Nikki D3604, pod favorite. If all riders were on a Ducati spec bike, who would be in the top 3 in the championship?
What
question.
it is now.
That's a great question.
Yeah. In no order, but the 3 that are there now.
So the
Marquez,
Martin, and
Yeah.
Bagnaia.
Yeah.
So you
No Quartararo?
no Quartararo for you.
Remember, it could be any rider.
Not on that bike.
Okay.
Yeah.
No me.
No.
Yeah, come on.
Rate me.
Yeah, so do I. But not for that bike.
I reckon me was on a Suzuki that was subpar. And then he's on a Repsol Honda that's basically a Pee-wee 50. It can high side you.
Without the throttle restriction.
It's a Pee-wee 50 that can send you to the moon.
I swear he just gives up mid-corner, goes, I'm just sliding to the I can't be back into the... I think it gets like lap 16 and he's like, enough.
Just tuck the front. This is what you did to me.
Yeah. God, just, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's... I'd have to stick with the current top 3.
Nah, that's fair enough.
I think we're all in agreement with that.
Yeah, I am.
And the other thing is, if they change next year, like, I know this is such a hypothetical, but like, they're already used to that bike as well. So, like, you know.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah. Would Marquez be world champion, though, Daniel? Oh, that's got him. Look at him.
Probably not.
Oh, it's a big rate Bagnaia more than Marquez.
I'm not saying Bagnaia is going to be a world champion.
Martin. You got to pick one of them, Cheech.
Yeah, I'd go those 2 over Marquez just at the moment.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a hard one.
He hasn't won a race yet.
Yeah, I know.
At IQ40_potato.
What the fuck are these bots, bro? Seriously.
Don't matter. The bots are sending through
Bro,
questions.
Dingleberry wasn't a bot. We knew that fucking straight away, didn't we?
Dingleberry.
Hand job.
Hand
pump, sorry.
Dingleberry. Curtis, that's his name, bro.
I know, he's just reading it.
That's racism, bro. That's racism. I'll give out your address on this pod if you're not careful, Curdy. Come after you.
Come on, what did
IQ40_potato says if Aprilia are to be taken serious as a title contender, they need to replace the both riders in both teams.
So all 4 riders have to
Yeah.
go. Now you got to have some base set up there, though.
I think definitely Maverick and Aleix. Oh, Aleix is going.
No, I agree. I don't message me, Curtis. I agree with this. Our last clip we put out, we got crucified about giving Vinales a flick, and I'm going to double down and say 100% he still needs a flick.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to say that. All 4, I reckon they need to clean the house.
I'm still sticking by Miguel.
I was breaking your heart, mate.
Yeah, I'm still. Oh, he's got talent though. Like,
He does.
Yeah.
He does.
No, I'm still sticking by Vinales as well.
No.
I was the
That
only one
I
who
can't-
defended him in that clip last
I don't
week.
remember that actually.
Yeah, he did. I can't remember. He's had enough, like I said last week, he's had enough time there.
Yeah, I think
He's had ample time there.
Yeah, no, I'm not in.
Who is the favourite to go there? Bastianini. Has to be, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's just that we're literally just waiting on this.
The dream team would be Bez Bastianini for me.
Bez Bastianini.
That
And
could
you
be
threw,
huge.
you threw a 1 Mir in there last week, and like it got me thinking like that would be a major get for all parties,
Yeah.
bike and rider. You
Yeah.
know, so yeah, I mean they could chuck Mir on the track house.
I was going
or
to say
something.
Trackhouse.
Yeah,
David Brivio's there as well.
Yeah.
Who's with him at Suzuki.
that's a shout, isn't it? That's a shout. Mir on the track house next year. That's why they're not going for
Yeah, we've spoken about that.
old mate.
Yeah, clean house. I reckon Raul Fernandez is stepping up though. I'm not saying he's the answer, but he's stepping up.
Yeah.
He's doing better than Oliveira. I had Oliveira in my bottom 5, and
Yeah,
like,
we laughed you out of it.
you all laughed at me.
Yeah,
Yo,
well,
lads.
the thing is, there's only one spot left because all Hondas are going to be bottom 4. So.
True. Good point.
It's like
Good
if F1
point.
when they're trying to get out of like Q1. It's like you knew that you're like back in the day, you knew the Williams, the Haas are going to be. There's only 2 spots left. So
Yeah, that's a great point. But he's not doing very well though, and he step-broed Fabio Quartararo as well.
True, he did. Poor Fab.
yeah, that was a bit of an ambitious move, wasn't it? Like going up the inside there, really harsh.
We kind of covered this one, but I'll say your name anyway. That's Tycho Choplas. Will Luca Marini or Juan Mir sign with Aprilia? Well, Luca Marini won't because he's contracted
sliding,
and
yeah.
he does not saying anything like he's going to leave like we thought
Is
he did.
Mir contracted or not?
I think his contract ran out this year
Yeah.
anyway.
Oh, well, that's a shout then. That's happening. That's happening. That's.
I don't know, man. He seems pretty beaten up. Like, mentally cool.
Yeah, I think he's going to retire.
26. What's he going to do?
I don't know, open a restaurant like Yuki Tsunoda or something.
Yeah, it's too early. Far out. I can't believe it. What a fall from grace.
Not his fault though.
Sad.
Not his fault.
So that's Suzuki's got blood on their hands. Should never have left the sport.
Nah, Honda do, man. They've ruined like 4 riders' careers. Paul Spargo, I still reckon had more in him, but anyway.
Oh, can we just talk about that for a second? They were talking about this lap highest speed record. Paul Spargo did the 366, and then nothing else happened after the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, that's right.
They were talking like 370, 380, nothing else. No one even got above 360 after that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I didn't even notice.
Oh, it was practice 1. They're like, oh, it was going to be a no-brainer. We're going to break the speed record. No one did.
Didn't they break it by like 0.1?
They didn't break it at all. It was an even. Like it was exactly the same as last
exactly.
year.
366.1? Is that the record?
Yeah, 366.1. But I'm thinking aero again, slowing the bikes down. Thoughts?
Down the
be.
straight.
Going
Yeah.
straight.
Yeah.
Too much D-force with that rear wing now as well.
Yeah, true.
So they didn't talk about that, but that was a bit of a T-Shav hot take, that one.
I like it.
You've been shaved.
That's good. That's good. At Ironman_Brad, what's the future of Jack Miller? Off to Aprilia? Question mark.
No, he's not good enough for that.
If you go to the ASBK next year, round 1, you might see him there.
Oh, hot steak.
No, he's going to go to a Repsol, 100%.
Oh, man, I don't know. Seriously, this is no joke. I don't know.
He's raced every manufacturer except Aprilia then?
Yeah, he's already raced.
yeah.
He's already raced Honda.
Yeah. Oh, he has. Sorry, he has too. You're right. Of course. Australia, Galicia.
It's really looking difficult for him to stay in the sport.
It's a real tough one. Like he's the one I can't predict really. Well, we can't predict any of them, but I really can't predict.
If he keeps going this poorly, do you really want him on the gas? Let's be real. If you're them and he's going this bad, throwing it down the road, he might start strong Friday, Saturday, but come race time, he's just nowhere.
Has he got some testing capabilities though? Because our inside word is he is very good with data and stuff.
100%.
I'm sure he does. I think he would be of value at Honda.
Anywhere.
If anywhere for but even as like just to ride, as we all know, like we laugh at the factory team, but even to ride at the factory team because. All these factory Honda guys are going to be doing from next year is testing. They're not there to win races. They know that.
They might as well stick the 850cc engine in there.
Legitimately. Like,
Can't be worse than what they're doing.
yeah, that's right. So
They're already bottom 4. What's the difference?
yeah, so it could be a good shout for him to go to something like that bike. It won't be Aprilia. No chance is it going to Aprilia.
No chance. That would be unbelievable.
It's either Honda.
That's fallen up.
He's got some nude photos of
Massimo
Massimo Revolver. If that happens.
Revolver.
Yeah, he started a nightclub on Chapel Street.
Massimo Revolver.
Oh, man.
You nearly revolved his head at the back of the paddock that day, didn't you?
Yeah, almost. I actually almost stabbed Massimo Revolver. That's a different.
That would have been
that's a
front
story for a
page
different
news.
day.
The Piaggio group.
Crash.net.
Shout out.
So no Dingleberry at all?
No, there's no Dingleberry.
Surely
hand pump at the moment.
Hardcastle's got one good one for me this week. He's been
does.
struggling.
He does. I'm trying to change him up, but bruh.
That's all right.
I can't find him in all this anyway.
Oh, he's gonna be upset about that.
Okay, no, he's got one. Braden _Hardcastle, shout out. Question: pick 2 guys from Moto3 and 3 guys from Moto2 to make MotoGP. 2 guys to make MotoGP. I'm going to back in Rulestone.
I was just about to say that.
And then David Alonso.
Yeah, I agreed.
Moto3 Roberts.
Moto2.
Moto2 Roberts, Aldeguer, Garcia or Alonso. If you want to take out Aldeguer.
That you're right about Alonso, Moto2 Alonso.
Oh yeah.
He's got some real talent. And I think he might
does. He does.
He
But
might have what it takes.
he's a bit of a Furman Aldeguer at the same time, where like he had 5 good races and like he's good, but he destroys tires. He's hot-headed. And I'm a fan. Like I love a hot-headed rider, but
Would you rather take like that rider who could put it on pole and wreck the tires, or would you rather like a Iagura who qualifies terribly and then has that late race pace?
an Iagura because you can fix starts.
Yeah.
It's harder to
100%.
get race pace.
Yep.
And he's been doing good as well. We haven't spoken about him.
Well, he's surely going to
Yeah.
Nakagami.
Mitsubishi Honda.
Mitsubishi Honda.
Pick Mitsubishi Honda, yeah.
If not, his HRC contract gets ripped up.
Yeah, you're saying that.
That's fact
right.
as well.
Yeah.
I think that's been out in the press.
But anyway, that's the one for Braden. Gavin, 1975. BMW should sign David Alonso now for their 2027 MotoGP team. Hot take.
That's a great call. With VR46 colours.
That's a big call.
That's going to happen.
It's a great call, but I don't think Alonso is going to go for that.
No, I don't think so.
He's way too good for that.
He'd want to go somewhere established.
Yeah. So
There you go.
I had a few more. Oh, shout out to Luke Miller _6. You guys have the funniest podcast ever. Jack Miller risking the softs every week had me crying.
I mean, it's
What did you say?
unbelievable.
Luke Miller.
Luke Miller _6.
Any relation to Jack?
Yeah, true. Long lost brother, bruh.
Even his own family's getting him shit. That's crazy. But like, it's true. Like that's the words you hear. Jack Miller's taking a risk. He's putting a soft rear on. Like 10 minutes to go, you're like, no, what are you doing? like, oh, it's just death taxes and that happening, isn't it?
I know,
Like,
it hurts myself. And I don't like to talk about it too much because
Yeah.
I love backing the Aussies.
Yeah,
but it's,
yeah.
and I'd love
Hard to back him at the moment.
Yeah, I'd love to have him on the pod.
But I
He
think
probably
it-
hates us.
I think
but-
he already would have a laugh as well. Like seriously.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. After speaking to Rulestone, how serious these guys take it, it's probably
Yeah,
pissed
maybe
off.
steer clear of him in the back of the pits this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. I think so. Actually, I think he's coming back to Australia for summer break. They were saying so.
Okay.
Yeah, we might send him a message. We'll see.
Hey, you just don't listen to the last 5 episodes.
Oh, I know. Sorry, bro.
Yeah. We have to tell it how it is, though. We can't.
Yeah,
we
I know,
can't
you
hide
do.
behind curtains and stuff. You know.
Yeah, that's all right. And it's funny. At that _shady _V4. Give Ania the effing contract.
What? No.
Hot take.
No.
Hot take.
How do you leave Martin in the lurch? You
I
can't.
love Bestia. He's one of my favorite riders.
Yeah, you are a massive
I'm
fan.
a massive
Huge.
fan of him. I love him.
Aura,
He's my
the
favorite
aura,
Italian
the aura
rider.
around him.
He's got the aura, but
One photo.
he yeah, God, you were awkward. But he's just not gonna do it. He's just, I don't know what it is. Martin's just faster, and Marquez shows more promise.
He's had his chance. Okay, he's had his chance.
Unlucky though with the
it's
injuries.
different with the injury.
No. He's had his chance. He hasn't had an injury for a year, like a year and a half now. Oh, sorry, Portimao last year was his injury. He hasn't had one since. So yes, we're harsh, but he's had his chance. He's a full preseason this year. He knows the bike, and he still has not put it on the top step of the podium. I know he won Malaysia,
Last year.
boringest race in history, but yeah,
Yeah,
I think he's had his chance.
right.
You can't ignore Martin. Like, you're gonna let him go.
No, you can't ignore him, and I think he deserves a seat.
Yeah,
But
can't let
I
him
still
go.
don't know if Bastianini's had his being able to show his full potential on that bike.
Yeah, it's a good point.
But big ups for Aprilia if they get him.
yeah. Well, I think if Aprilia sign Martin or Bastianini, they're a good shout. So
100%.
either one's a good get. And if they can get a Mir or another ride along the lines of that, that'd be awesome for them. But you're right, Mir mentally might be absolutely done.
It's most of it's all in between the ears, isn't it?
That's it.
is.
You know, that's all the questions.
Beautiful.
That's all I got, boys.
Yeah.
Couple of weeks off. We've got
yeah.
Formula 1 this week.
Formula One,
Canada.
Canada this week, 4 a.m. Race on Monday morning.
Yeah, we look.
What's going on? So 6 race in the next 6 weeks is one MotoGP race.
They say this is like the most stacked calendar ever, and it doesn't even feel like there's been that much GP.
They could fit another 3 races in this year. 100%.
3 more Phillip Islands would be great.
Or a bend. Like we could chuck a bend in there.
Adelaide.
Radley.
Don't give them the satisfaction.
If they can build a building over 20 stories high, then maybe. But it's not much of a city over there. It's a bit of a big country town.
Some good wine stuff, I suppose.
Nah, we love you, Adelaide. You can have like half a Grand Prix or something.
Yeah.
Have an extra HBK.
You know what? Do like have testing at the bend.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, like that'd be good. Give him 3 days of testing.
Phillip Island, but pretty
Phillip
good.
Island's
You might as
better.
well spend the extra. It's summer.
True.
Come on, bro.
Resurface, put some rubber down.
Was it Gizzy?
He won his first race in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, so it was the first.
Shane Van Gisbergen.
And he won his first race. So that's the series under the NASCAR. So it's their second cup, but first road course they call it for the year, and he's come out and win it. So he's obviously just so good at that, and obviously Chicago last year winning. So that's exciting for him. Le Mans 24 hour next weekend.
Is that next weekend?
Yes.
Oh, let's go.
Just a bit of a teaser.
Are we going back to your house for
Espresso Martinis?
You
Yeah.
coming, Daniel?
Yeah, 100%. Book me in.
Just a couple of bit of F1 news while we're on some different sports. So Mercedes have reportedly told Carlos Sainz that he will not be their replacement for Lewis Hamilton. So he looks sure to sign for Williams.
Carlos Sainz.
Yep. Okay.
No more Logan.
And no more Logan. And Antonelli seems to be in the hot seat for that Mercedes, as called by me, for next year as well. So that's interesting. And Ollie Beerman, overwhelming favourite to get the Haas seat.
Oh, right on.
So just taking care of some silly season.
And Jack Doohan to come in to replace Ocon?
Oh, yeah, I did hear
That's the word on the street?
Yeah, that's the word on the street. Ocon is racing this weekend. We thought he might have been kicked out straight away after that ridiculous move into forgot the corner name at Monaco. So, but super excited for Le Mans.
Yeah.
Ferrari, see if they can back it up. And they've got
Yeah.
some more manufacturers this year. We might cover that next week, actually, with a pre-race show.
Yeah, I was
because
going to ask you any, what's the notable drivers?
notable drivers and the teams. We might have a bit of a special for Le Mans next week.
Get the big gets out. Such a good race, though. Such a fucking good race.
Yeah, and it's like good all Sunday. Like you can watch it, chill, relax.
Yeah, when's it finish? Like 6 p.m. on a Sunday night, doesn't it?
No, it's later. It's like 10 p.m.
Really?
Yes, because it starts at 10 p.m. on Saturday night. Obviously, 24-hour race.
Espresso martinis. We did that one year. I think it was during lockdown.
Down at the stables, you reckon, this year? Watch it here.
Ooh, that'd be a cold night.
I'll get the heater.
Get the heater going.
Yeah, true.
But that's
Couple of
exciting.
bento boxes.
Couple, 3, 4, 5. It's good. It's a good night watching it though.
Maybe on that note, we should order a few.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
good
get
point.
it going. I'm fucking hungry.
All right.
See you.
Peace.
See you, boys.